I'm going to post on socials.
Oh, yeah. Post it up. Get them socials going.
Oh, speaking of socials, I posted something on Reddit a while ago, and it's like my first meme that I made and I posted, and I feel all famous because it has like 600 likes on it. And I'm
What? Oh, excuse me. You made me burp. I was so excited.
On Reddit, they're upvotes, not likes.
Oh, yes. You just want to Reddit?
Yeah.
The Reddit.
Yep.
You should send me your post on Reddit. I want to see it and like it.
It was the Snapchat thing that I sent you, Supernatural, because I was all proud of it.
Mm.
Even though it was not that
Castiel
great.
and the horrible, very bad, no good day.
Yes.
I laughed. That was topical and hilarious. All right.
Everybody smile. Bradley looked away. That's okay.
I can actually hear you.
She said smile, so we all paused, except for you, who looked
Actually,
away.
this is a really good picture of Bradley. I won't lie. I actually like it. I'll send it to you guys. You look so like deep in thought. I wish that I had just gotten you. I won't lie.
Oh, we could have all awkwardly reached out again.
We will zoom in and enhance, and then like that'll just be his profile picture.
Perfect. Yeah.
It's just that pensive, distant look.
Yes. Amanda,
Okay.
hello.
Hey.
So
welcome to Nobilis.
We are back. Hey, Griff. Thanks for being here, man.
Griff is here.
Last game was your first night in the town of Roanoke, where you have been charged with creating the chancel by killing one person every night for 100 nights. You took your first sacrifice. His name was Tim, and he had a broken leg, and he used a crutch, making you guys awful people. Not really people, because you're gods. Deal with it.
They're ants. We squished them. Don't worry about it.
It is the next morning, and Roger has not so graciously offered you guys the barn to sleep in for your first night.
I mean, I'll definitely take it. I won't say no.
Do we sleep?
I think so.
Or do we meditate?
Whatever you want.
Like, I don't know. When you mentioned the gods thing, I'm like, do we need like our physical needs met, like food, water?
I require sustenance.
Just the ale.
Another.
No, you do not.
Cool. More time for us. All right, guys. So just to recoup, I know we just referred to humans as ants, but that was a lot of work to squish one ant last night. So.
Yes.
It was the first murder.
That makes it a little bit easier to trap these ants. I guess we just need a 2 sheets of glass and a bunch of sand. Wait, maybe this metaphor doesn't work that way.
Are you saying we make like a human farm, like an ant farm?
That's what my suggestion was. Darn, I should have played the cave guy.
Next time.
Oh, that is so funny.
Well, I mean, let's be honest. It's Roanoke. We're all from the future here. We know what happens. So this is a cage in of itself. So.
Oh my gosh. Is the chat showing up for you guys on Restream?
Yes.
Yeah.
Cool. It's not for me. So sorry about that. I've got it up on my phone now. Anyway, it's morning. You guys are in a barn, courtesy of Roger.
Oh, good old Roger. Do you think he's gonna yell at us again today?
If he doesn't, is it even a day? All right.
I use a state-driven divination to see if there's been any threats to my domain. first off in the morning. So do I sense anyone destroying books or ink or anything of the kind?
You sense not the destruction of books, nor the destruction of ink.
All right. And then I also use a state-driven divination to detect where the nearest source of ink is to me.
That would be the church.
All right. I let the group know. Well, I mean, I don't have a particular next target, but to make things a little easier, I suggest we get some lackeys helping us out a little bit. Does that sound good to you guys?
Let's do it.
My voice suddenly got a lot gruffier than last time.
It did.
Homicide did something to you.
Well, I head towards the church to see where the source of the ink is and see if I find anyone writing.
I'm gonna go with him.
Yes. So you head towards the church, which is easy to find because you did see it last night at the big shindig in town. The church is actually right in the town square where the main party was being held.
All right.
So once you open the doors, the church is completely empty.
All right. Well, I find the closest. I want to say jar of ink, but what are they called?
Like the inkwell?
Inkwell, yeah. As
Yeah,
well as
That was my guess too.
a quill.
As if being guided, you are led to a back office where there is, you do find an inkwell and a quill and a ledger and a great many books. And when I say great many, what I really mean is like 20 some odd books. A few different ones are really just the Bible. And then you do find a really big version of the Bible, like theatrically large.
Mm.
And then you do find other books just discussing religion. Other than that, the only other books in the church would be the hymn books.
All right. Do I see? Is there a door on the frame of the office I walked into?
Yes.
All right. Then I will leave the office, or I'm assuming it's empty of people, right?
It is empty of people.
All right. I'm going to stick my pinky into the inkwell, and with the ink, not like using my god powers or anything, just draw a thick line down on the top of the door frame. So it is like, it basically causes like a small seal in ink. So if someone were to open this door, I would be able to detect damage to my domain.
Oh, that is cool.
All right. So you left the office, closed the door, and then with the ink, like sealing an envelope with wax almost, you left an inken seal.
Yes, on like the top of the door frame.
Fantastic. Yep.
All right. So I will, if I do, because I'm able to, like, I don't have to like actively do this. It's just something like if I sense danger to my domain, I would be able to like the ink would scream to me, letting me know that like, hey, I'm in danger, kind of thing.
That was adorable ink.
I mean,
I think
hey,
you can make a voice ink.
Hey, I'm walking here. I don't know what ink sounds like. Yeah, so basically I'm going to detect to see if anyone enters this door. I want to go meet them basically over in their office.
Cool.
I know we said we went with him. Are we in that office with you, Tomo, or did you lock yourself in there with your seal?
Well, I locked myself out of the office.
Okay.
He left and then
like
closed the door behind him.
Oh, gotcha. If
I'm sitting in a pew.
Bless you.
Just
if I could, just kidding. I'm gonna go into religious text area, and I would like to, if that's okay with you, Tomo, because I know it's your ink. I would hang on one second, you guys.
That would be our kid.
No, I was like, there must be a
guess
kiddo
so.
about.
So,
Were the books inside the room I just locked?
yeah, I don't think she
Okay.
realizes that, which is going to be
Okay.
really fun when she comes back.
The ink begins to scream in my ears.
That's 100%. Oh, it's going to happen.
Annihilate,
really
just gonna sit back and watch it all happen.
I don't get why the chat overlay isn't working for me. I kind of want to refresh, but I also don't because I don't know what it'll do to the restream. You're back. Okay, you wanted to go look at the books?
I just want to do one quick thing, if it's possible, and I want to add to the religious text something about like the Majestic Three of adding Civ, Tommy, and Annihilate, and see if that'll help us in the
Tommy.
future if we get sent, like to make us beings that potentially some will recognize and understand we have mythical abilities and maybe worship and appreciate us.
I mean,
Cool,
I
yeah.
Climb
So-
through the window.
You open the door back to the office, and immediately, Tomo, your ears are filled with the wailing of attacked ink
Tomo, why are you being so weird?
as it alerts you to the fact that your seal has been broken.
There's some ink cursing at me in a really heavy New Yorker accent that doesn't even exist yet.
At least we know it works.
Yes. Sorry.
Somebody's opening a door in here!
So I'm gonna just add a few notes about like the
You know,
most.
I can make it look natural. That is
Oh.
literally my thing.
Tomo, well then, can you get in here and like I have sloppy penmanship. This might help.
Yes. Let me see.
I don't want you to waste any miracles on this though.
No, it would waste miracles because Tomo can't control crap.
Ooh, triumphant trio.
I was just going to write
Hi,
in chat how much I love that.
Yes.
This is why we have Griff.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
This is it right here.
Restores books, knowledge. Yeah, no. So to create a reasonable copy that looks like it was unaltered, it'd probably be something that costs like 4 miracle points for Tomo.
Oh yeah, don't do that. I don't care. Like everything's handwritten. It could have been passed along, right?
Yeah, I mean, sure. We don't have to roll deception rolls. It'll be fine.
That'll be good.
I said it, so it's true.
Yeah.
Isn't that what being a god is like?
Mm-hmm.
This is great.
Sorry, I just saw we could freeze the protein shakes and make ice cream. I am so scared to try that type of ice cream.
No, this actually does taste like ice cream. It doesn't taste like a
Okay.
protein shake. So if we froze it, it would be better than the Halo Top brand.
Okay.
Is it
So
like a water mix with the protein shake, or is it a milk mix?
I didn't do milk. I do water. Just because I can't. I'm on a 1,200 calorie like lean like cut. So
What
can't
flavor
have
is your protein?
mint. So
Oh.
it's like chocolate base, and then you do like a mint, and it's 30
Wait,
grams
really?
of protein per. Yeah, it tastes just like ice cream. They even put like little chocolate chips in it, so it tastes like a mint chip.
That's
Oh, okay. I guess
It's so
it
good.
sounded disgusting until you described it a little bit more.
one of mine is peppermint mocha, and that's pretty good.
That sounds really good. I might have to steal the label of yours at some point. But I also do PB Fit. If you do, so I put a little bit of Chobani zero sugar. On a quick side note, Chobani zero sugar vanilla Greek yogurt, and that increases the protein. And then I do PB Fit in chocolate, and it tastes just like a peanut butter chocolate milkshake. It's really
Cheat
good.
codes for life.
Yes. Anyways, that is what I give to the viewers. Protein shakes for days. See, Griff loves mint chip. It worked out. We took the intermission.
If there's one thing I've learned about Griff, it's that Griff knows what's up.
Yes. I am learning that as well.
All right.
So-
So, what are you adding to a book?
Yeah, so I'm gonna add something like I like the Great Three. That just seems easier to write. It'll save time, and I'm a little nervous about these people being able to read the word triumphant. So I am going to write about the Great Three and how they can perform miracles, and that
Are
they
you
are.
doing it? Are you doing the big showy book, or are you doing it in like one of the smaller books?
Ooh, well, since you're in here, Tomo, what do you think people would regard as more official? Do you think?
Well, I mean, he's probably going to do a sermon with the big showy book over on the thingy that I don't know the name of. I've never been in a church in my whole life.
Podium.
Podium. Yeah, so I'd probably say go with the big book.
Do we want them to potentially know about us already? Ooh,
Well,
I was just thinking if we get
What's
sent
the
in the
point of
future.
writing it in the book if you don't want him to know it?
Do
All right,
it. Do it now, because if we get called out in front of God and everybody about being demons, then we might be able to use this.
Done. All right. So in the big sermon book, we're going to write about the Great Three and how we can perform miracles and that we
Where?
are what's good for humanity and we are
Just amending
powerful.
it.
Where?
in the small side note.
This is a Bible. So,
Oh, it's like a
where?
legit Bible?
Yeah. Do you want to write it in Deuteronomy? Do you want to
Well,
write it?
I don't know.
in-
I could make it like a song and
Revelation.
put it in Psalms, but that's probably weird. I could make it scary and put it in Revelations and make it seem like we're like the comes.
See,
If you guys
you-
belong anywhere, it's 100% the Book of Revelation.
yes, but if you put it in after the final verse of Revelation, you're not altering the Bible, so you're not committing a mortal sin.
But also, like, let's be honest, we just
You
killed
guys are
somebody
also
on
not
crutches,
mortal?
so let's do
Yeah.
So we'll add it on to Revelations. Like you thought it was the end of the world, but no.
Just the end of your world.
Yeah. So we'll add it at the end of Revelations, and we'll keep going.
Okay. So you do know there's not like a whole lot of space.
No, I'm not gonna put a lot. Like I don't have time for that. We gotta kill somebody in a few hours.
You have a day. You have like a
It's
solid
like
12 hours.
9 o'clock.
Did you see how it went for us last time?
It went real bad. I hope you guys learned some lessons and took notes.
Don't leave
No,
the
that was
bar.
bad. Yeah.
All right, so that's what we put.
All right,
I just like to
cool.
imagine that this is kind of just like written in the small print on the very bottom, like, and also there's 3 people. They're totally gods. Believe us.
I'm going
Love them.
to say that at the end of the book of Revelations, before the next chapter begins on the next page, you have enough for 6 verses.
Okay. Yeah. So in those verses, I'm just covering those key points of. And then there came the Great Three, Annihilate, Tomo, and Adi Siv, to perform miracles and assist the human race. And they
Tomo
are
Ward. Just to
powerful
clarify.
and benevolent. I'm sorry?
Tomo Ward is my last name.
Tomo Ward?
Yeah.
Ward.
Yeah, we got to put the last
Ward.
name in.
Ward. Okay. I wasn't sure. I was sorry. I was like reading our little. Yeah. So.
Cool. Yep. And then Tomo, once it's in there, I will allow, if you would like, 1 miracle point to make this match the book completely and make it look totally natural.
I will totally do that.
Yeah. Okay.
I will use my ghost miracle to try to make it look more like the whole book.
And I'm cool with this, like you guys adding your names to Revelations, because, and I hope this doesn't sound sacrilegious, there are references to Gog and Magog, and nobody knows what the crap that is. Do
Tomo
they?
Arigato.
Arigato.
Oh, America. So, all right. So, yeah, your names are now in an official Bible that is way bigger than it
Fixed.
really needs to be. Fantastic. Now, what would you like to do?
Well, after we leave the room, I'm going to re-put my seal on the door.
Yep.
Tomo, did you forget anything here? Do you need me to open it again?
No, I'm good. Thank you.
All right. Well, should we go check on Roger and see if he has any guidance for us, or just go check out the town, you guys?
We should go check out the town. We should probably give Roger a day to rest his lip. His one working lip. You can only snarl at us for so long.
Anaya, I have a quick question for you.
Tell me more.
You're you have the domain of disease, is that correct? Infection.
Of infection.
Sorry. Do you currently sense anything with your divinations? Basically, they're free things that you can see if you see anyone sick in the city or anything like that.
So you see Annihilate because she's extra. You see her go to a pew and she goes, "Good question," and she sits cross-legged on a pew and just senses. And I'm not sure if I sense anything. Channeling my inner Holly a hawk god.
You do sense something, and though it is no kind of sickness or disease, you can sense that there is worry being spread very slowly somewhere here in town.
I sense worry, and it is spreading slowly here in this
Wait,
town.
Are you a fortune teller? I didn't realize this is how this works.
I am a woman of many talents.
Do you guys think that means they found Timmy?
Oh no, he fell down a
Is that
well.
his name?
Tim?
We should have pushed him down a well. I forgot his name, so I'm glad you said something because I would not have remembered.
I just remember because every time I hear it, I think of Muppet Treasure Island with Tim 3.
I never saw anything Muppet related my whole life, but I enjoyed that impression.
I don't think we can be friends anymore.
I'm so sorry. I just got
I'm leaving
friend
too.
dumped on stream.
All right,
seen
watch party. Watch party. We're gonna watch Treasure Island. We're gonna watch Muppets in Space.
The star is already turning out better than my last breakup. At least I get to keep you guys. Anyways, moving forward, I am going to watch Muppets with you guys. So I think they may have found Timmy. So we should probably go and see what theories people are throwing around. See what kind of work we have to do, since we do have to kill somebody tonight. Maybe there's someone mourning his death, and they're going to be so distraught they'll trust anybody with a.
Someone had the ability to divine connections.
Hello, I too am a female of different. All right, talents.
Of many abilities.
Yes, I was trying to think of a synonym to talents, and I was like, you know what, my brain's not working great tonight. There's a reason why I have some caffeine with me, so
I like
it. Let's go see if we can detect some mourning in the bonds. Pew, 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 and also not try to look too excited about this.
I think it's easier if you put your hands together and talk like a fortune teller, Addie.
Oh, to help me detect the bonds.
Whatever you want to do, it just feels good.
I can walk around like I can see them.
I'm convinced. Oh, Holy One.
You detect no. You're looking for specifically relationship bonds to Timmy.
Yeah, so I'm looking for people who had a relationship, a bond to Timmy, and to see if through that bond, if there is levels of devastation and mourning to have him gone. If there's pain of that bond,
yes,
of that attachment.
Yes.
Okay. Is there one that seems to stand out as I'm outside and kind of looking around?
There is one. Yeah.
What do they look like?
Well, you can't actually see this person, but you do sense it on the other side of town.
On the other side of town?
Yeah, on the other side of town.
Okay, guys, I think we gotta hope this colonial footwear is up to standard so we can go across town.
Across town we go.
All
Tomo,
right.
lead the way.
All right. I don't know which direction I'm going, but I
Tomo,
go in
lead the
a
way.
direction.
So that's interesting
man.
that you demand Tomo lead the way, because he doesn't know what you guys have sensed, but you guys sense worry and this bond in the exact same direction. But he hasn't sensed anything in that direction.
Oh, that's a good
I
point.
sense ink.
I just chose
In
the
the
man
direction
of
just came out.
the relationship.
You've asked
Oh
the
my
one
God.
person to lead the way who didn't sense anything.
If
I
we
did
let the
point.
way. Mm-hmm.
Go
Or we
ahead.
can kind of tap him. Or we'll just we can grab
Blind
his
leading the
elbows.
blind.
Yeah, you can walk as a group.
Yeah, let's grab his
All
elbows.
right.
We're just ladies. And our
Yes.
constitution, we can't walk across town by ourselves.
Because
Avanti.
apparently we're the worst and walk around with blood on our aprons, and that's bad. So,
Like how
What do we
you
know?
chose to, you like just inflicted more injuries on you so nobody would question the blood. And then Griff was all, just put a sash on it. And you're
Yeah.
like, wait!
I've already slit my arm. I am not saying that annihilate isn't impulsive, but I'm also not saying it.
So as you walk across town, arm in arm with everybody, it looks like Tomo's got some real swagger. And the two of you eventually have your senses lead you to the city hall. Like the makeshift city hall, courthouse, prison building that all just kind of acts as one.
I lean into them and I say, "This isn't looking good for us. Who did we kill?"
Well,
Because it's a
Timmy-
courthouse or because it's a prison?
In the courthouse
Timmy's-
for sure.
I'd like to point
Uncle-
out that while we're leaning and talking to each other, it's like literally into Tomo's ear as we're trying to whisper to each other.
At least Tomo's caught up.
Yeah.
That's such a good joke, though. Like, that would play well in like on screen.
Well, we do know that Timmy's uncle was a merchant that was currently sailing. So we know he had some connections. I guess also important connections to the town master here.
Well, that means there's a lot of mourning, which is a lot of infectious feelings that we can work with. And maybe somebody will be so sad that they'll want to die because they miss him, and we'll just have a volunteer.
We'll just put a sign up sheet
A
up. It'll be
suicide
great.
cult. Yeah.
I'm thinking practical here.
But okay, calm down. We need you to kill yourselves one at a time. Form a line.
At a specific time of day, it cannot be too soon.
Well, you guys, since we're here too, we can go into the prison and see if maybe people deserve it in there.
Well,
That's
it was
a
new
great
town. We already established this like yesterday.
That's right.
that,
That's right.
Yeah.
It's an empty prison right now.
Yeah. Sorry, when he said prison, I forgot and got excited. Okay, into the courthouse.
Yep, you guys just walk right into the courthouse.
I kind of look a bit sullen, not knowing what we're exactly walking into, as if I'm expecting multiple people in here mourning actively.
Yeah, so as you walk in, what you see over in one corner is a very large makeshift prison cell. It has 3 cots, 2 against either wall, and then one that's against one of the bars where the door to the cell is not. And then you see like a big table with 4 chairs around it, you know, probably where the sheriff or the deputies would sit. And then across the room and kind of to the back, you see a door, and you can hear voices coming from behind that door.
Ooh. Can we
And in the cell on one of these cots is a man who is passed out.
Can we use some of our? I think it was a superhuman hearing. Where is that?
That would be aspect.
Yeah. So it would be just peak performance, I think. Or no, we could make it high level human because that's still
Yeah.
That's still not a miracle point that I'm hoarding.
Correct.
So I'm going to use my high level human hearing and see if we can hear what's happening behind closed doors.
You can hear one voice talking about how he feels like it's his fault.
He feels like it's his fault. Guys, somebody. Oh, can you hear this? You're all the same as me.
I like leaned in anyway, as if like I need to.
Technically, you have a bit better hearing than us, but yes, I heard it.
Okay. Somebody thinks it's his fault. We don't get the blame.
High fives all around.
We quietly touch hands. We don't actually like high five across.
That's a good point. Again, impulsive over here. It's a good thing we have you guys around.
I just looked at everybody's sheets. Everybody would be able to hear this without the use of any miracle points.
We high five anyways.
Cool.
Sometimes,
Then you hear
buddy.
another voice trying to calm the first voice, saying, "No, my son, it wasn't your fault." And then a third voice does interject, and it is all in very hushed tones. So you're not able to pick up everything, but you do get the sense that they are talking about Timothy, Tim Tam, Ricky, Timmy, Tambo.
So now they know death is among them. What should we do?
I mean, if he's really that inconsolable, we can use him later and make it look like the grief was too much. Want dark stuff.
I like your thinking, Addie.
Also, while we're here, do you guys want to get married?
I'm sorry.
All
what?
three of us?
No, you two. You two look fine.
Wait, Anaya's my sister. Remember?
Yeah, we're supposed to be siblings.
Oh yeah.
Oh god, he did only say that to one person, so and that person's dead. So it's not
That's
like he's
true.
gonna come back and tell someone our lie.
I do feel the need to mention that Roanoke, the colony, was not established in Nebraska.
You know what though?
I get
No.
it.
Like, isn't that a whole thing? Like cousins marrying cousins and all that
Well,
to keep their.
Right,
I think
they are
brother,
siblings.
sister, Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
And this is not a church.
Roanoke could be like the
We left
Alabama
the
of
church.
England. You never know. All right. Sorry. A little off track there. Let's we want to keep exploring. I'm trying to think of what we can do. I mean, we don't know what this guy looks like.
Well, one I'm guessing is the priest we'll meet soon, or at least I will meet soon. I hope he's literate, or he's making it up as he goes. One or the other.
What's the reason we would need somebody to leave their doors in a courthouse if it's not to get married? Anybody want to go to jail?
I don't want to go to jail. I've already like almost been in jail a couple times in the last 24 hours, and Roger would have too much satisfaction, and I'm not about to like let him have that. So
I mean, we have someone right here that can cause a disturbance.
that's right.
The door opens and a man emerges, and he looks at the three of you. I thought I heard somebody. He
Hey, we
closes
came to
the
get
door
married!
behind him. And can I help you, or is everything all right?
Well, we were curious. We're new in town, and we were curious to see how we would join your citizenship.
I'm sorry. What do you mean new in town? Where?
Yeah, pause there. You
Come
guys, I've
from-
been trying to think about this because literally everybody comes on boats. And they're
That's
like
true.
in groups, and I've been trying to figure out.
That's right. We came on boats. Only 2 of them. We've been here a while. I'm sorry. I thought that I was like that I've met everybody in town. I don't recall meeting you 3.
Yes, I did say we were new in town.
Right, but how are you new in town?
Well, we lived here before you, to be fair.
I'm sorry. I don't quite understand. We all arrived.
Addie just
Correct.
walks
At the
by
same
Anaya
time?
to let
How-
Tomo talk his way out of this one, and just to see what happens. 'Cause she's-
We came over on the boat and then we got lost, and now we're back into civilization. We found you again, but now we feel new because everyone's had time to settle down, and we were just kind of lost for a little while. But now we are found. It's like a song.
I am so angry at this game that I can't ask you guys to roll deception on this. Right. I'm sorry. I just don't recognize your faces then, but I'm well familiar with the ledger and the names of the town citizens. What were your names again?
Tomo.
Well, yes, correct.
I'm sorry.
Tomo. What she said, Tomo.
I like really quietly, but so that he can't hear me, but loud enough so that Tomo can hear
Yeah.
me with his superhero.
Yeah,
like,
no, I
personal
understand.
Oh my! And I just fall over and faint.
Anaya, not again.
Good
And I go
gracious,
stand her.
Doctor! And
Do I-
as he
do I
yells
see a
behind
Toma?
his shoulder, 2 more men from the back room emerge. One of them being the doctor that was working on Timothy's leg the night prior. And he rushes over to Anaya and begins doing his doctor thing and, trying to help her.
Do I see the ledger?
Where?
Do I see the ledger around?
Not in this room.
Are they
All right.
distracted?
They're pretty distracted with a fainted
Can
woman.
is there like a counter? Can I like crawl to the other side of the counter to see if I can help look for the ledger while they're all like,
No, there's not a counter
okay. It's just a big open empty room.
with a table and 4 chairs.
Okay.
And then I have the doctor and the guy we were talking to around me, right? So there's one more person that needs to be accounted for.
Yes. You also recognize this man by his outfit. He is the town priest.
Shit, they're gonna exercise me. But Anaya doesn't panic. She just continues to act like she can't breathe and that everything is I'm just so woozy, doctor. And then I grab the one guy and I pull him down to hold my hand because I'm just so scared.
Are they by her feet?
No, the doctor and the mayor are crouched to their knees up on the top half of her body so that they can. They're trying to lift her up and fan her and.
I take one of her shoes without that. Like if I can get away with it, I'm gonna take one of her shoes. Like it came off when she fainted, so I can like go look around a little bit more further and say I was getting her shoe.
You grab it. I'm looking for her shoe.
No, but they don't see me grab it.
What is it?
I'll like grab it and kind of like chuck it to the side, and then I'm like, oh, your shoe, and I'm gonna go get it.
Right. You take her shoe off, and you throw it, and as you turn around, the priest is standing there.
I heard this helps circulation. Am I wrong?
Well, I don't rightly know, but I'm not the doctor here.
Please, my friend.
I'm sure she'll be fine. The doctor's very good at his job.
So while I'm holding the mayor's hand and the doctor's examining me, I sit up a little bit and I say, "Is that a priest? Please, can you come do some Hail Marys to make sure that I'm okay?" spiritually.
Of course, my child. And he walks around so that he's at your head, and he crouches down. So as you look up, he appears like upside down, and he kneels down, and he hangs his head, and he begins praying over you. Some of it in Latin, and he does the cross a couple times.
Thank God I'm a god and not a demon.
She says, even though she came from hell.
Yeah.
Technicalities.
Hey, can I
She
use
didn't-
my bonds real fast to see if any of them are having like feelings of like attraction to Annihilate that we might be able to use to our benefit later? I know one's a priest. I'm gonna assume not so much that one, but
That's
like
okay. I thought about flirting with him, but then he started praying, so I thought it'd be inappropriate.
As you try to sense for bonds around these men, you do sense one very strong bond to a heavenly father coming from the priest, and you already get strong feelings of bonds from the other men, indicating that they already have wives.
okay. Oh, what good guys. All right.
Back when it was easy to find a husband, I see. Okay, I've got them distracted, guys. You gotta go.
I'm not really sure why.
Go see if
Someone's
there's a
kind of
ledger.
confused.
This whole time, Tomo's just standing in the corner, like
I'm just like, well, this is really weird.
The man who is the doctor, he says, we have to get her onto a bed right away. And the mayor says, righto, this way. And they that room that they came from, the mayor and the doctor, or the mayor goes to kind of lead the way. The doctor scoops up Anaya and follows. And in that back room, there's another door that they go through that is a small bedroom with a bed and a side table, and they place Anaya on the bed. And in that small room leading to the bedroom, you guys can see that there is like a very small kind of courthouse setup. There is a podium with chairs lined behind it, and there is a few very long benches, and then there seems to be some kind of like a stand with a chair behind it that is walled off by very thin wooden planks.
Tomo, do you sense any ink?
I mean, do I sense any ink in distress?
Or not?
No.
Well,
Well,
could you
I realized after the fact that I was using divinations wrong.
any ink in distress?
Yeah.
I like it. All the ink seems to be in place.
All right. I go with my normal eyes, not with my special eyes. I go look around the room to see fainting, looking for medical supplies. I'm gonna go try to look for the ledgers.
Yeah. So you actually don't find any ledgers or any books in this building.
All right. Then I say, "Oh, I'm sorry, I wasn't able to find any medicine anywhere. I'll leave it to the doctor."
I left my medical bag at home. I wasn't expecting anybody to faint.
That's fair enough.
I'm so sorry. I'm such a bother. It's so embarrassing.
It's all right. Lie back. Get your rest. And he just kind of continues, like he seems to be like checking your forehead. He's checking your pulse, like he's doing
The doctor
the
thing.
usual kind of doctor things.
Do you think he'll pull out the
and-
leeches?
Huh?
Just kidding. He said, do you think he'll pull out the leeches?
No, he does not have leeches in his pocket.
What kind of doctor
Nobody
is this?
Go get the man's bag. Nobody go get the
But-
man's bag.
After he checks you out a little bit, he turns to the other two men, and he turns to you guys, and he says, "All right, it's good news. It's just a bit of shock."
Oh, good. Thank you so much, Doctor.
That's good to hear. I'm glad she's doing all right.
It's unfortunate, but I suppose this means that you've heard about our poor Timothy.
Oh, I believe so. Was that poor, um, uh, crippled man?
Well,
I realize that there's
I
no
wouldn't call him
sensitivity.
crippled. He broke his leg, but last night at the party, as I was checking on him a bit, he pointed out a certain young lady here, and he motions to Anaya, and he started asking me questions, and I couldn't say that I recognized her, but I did see that you two were chatting a bit, and this morning, the unlucky chap was found dead. It seems he took a bad fall.
You just hear Anaya gasp.
What?
Can
I was
are you-
hoping that was untrue.
I like pinch Anaya so she starts to cry or something.
I start to cry. And I just wave my hand in front of my eyes as if I'm drying tears, but really just the pain hurts so bad and I'm trying not to hit her.
So the mayor kind of tries to usher everybody out of the incredibly small room, and he says, right, well, let's let the lady rest, and we'll all just talk in the other room, yeah?
All right. I mean, if that you believe is best, yes, let's go.
Well, she's not going to feel better with a crowd of people huddled around her.
That is probably true.
Okay, so I'm alone in the room now.
Yeah.
Okay, I look around to see if I can find anything that we can use to prove our identities so that if they check the ledger, nothing is suspicious.
Yeah, so the only other thing in this room besides the bed that you're currently sleeping on is a small side table with 2 drawers.
I open the drawers. Is there anything in the drawers?
In the top drawer is a Bible.
Okay, I was
And
missing
in
one of those.
the bottom drawer is it's not necessarily a ledger, but it is a record of people that have been arrested here in Roanoke and how long they have spent in that cell that's in the other room.
How many pages is this? Like, could I easily tear one out and sneak it?
4 lines have been filled out in the entire book.
What are the 4 names? I'm going to try to memorize them.
It's all the same name.
Of course it is. And what is the name? If you say Timothy, I'm going to die.
No, it's William.
William, what's his last name?
It doesn't actually seem that there is a last name. It's
Great.
just William.
Okay. So I close the book and I put it back exactly how I found it, close the drawers, and sit on the bed. And then I will hand it off to the other 2.
All right. We follow him out of the room and we begin speaking. Yes. Yeah. We've been around town, but we've never actually formally said, "Look, we're here."
Right.
We've had to keep indoors because of Anaya's fainting condition.
Yes, that is the problem. I agree.
If you don't mind, would you like to have a seat? And the mayor motions to the chairs and the benches that fill the room.
Yes. Of course. I take a seat.
Bench or chair?
Bench.
Addie?
This seems important, so I'm going to go on chair.
Right, yeah. So you each sit in a bench and a chair, and the doctor is kind of watching the mayor as the mayor grabs 2 chairs and then moves them over and kind of places them not between you guys and the door, but like places them kind of around, like in the middle of the room. so that you guys are forming kind of like a circle where you guys are sitting.
I'm gonna give
And,
Tomo. I'm pretty sure we're gonna get arrested eyes.
The mayor motions for the doctor to sit down. The doctor takes a seat, and the mayor looks at you guys again. Fainting condition. And I'm sorry, what is it that you do here in Roanoke?
Well, I'm a writer, you see.
Housework. That seems like a safe answer in colonial
And-
times.
I'm sorry, are you two married?
No.
No.
He's my
So-
brother?
Yeah.
Ah. And your trade then, sir, is
Scribe, as my formal title.
scribe. I apologize. I don't ever remember having a scribe.
Well, yes, because I didn't write it down.
And nobody else would because he's the scribe.
So if that's your trade and if that's your job here, why have we not seen you since landing?
I mean, it's not like my job requires me to go out all that often, sir.
I don't want to do this. And I'm scared it's going to backfire. But I'm going to bring it up. I like pat Tomo's face and shoulder. And then like there, shh manner. And I'm like, he's been feeling really sad lately because his skills haven't been needed as much. So we've been trying to learn a little bit about the barn trade from our good friend, Roger. You might know Roger.
All right then. I know Roger. The barn trade?
Barn.
Yes, the barn trade.
Yeah, we move barrels and we've been looking at animal upkeep and trying to learn our independence so that we may contribute more to this society.
But I mean, scribe's a fine job. I don't understand
Tomo
why.
is fine. Shh. His self-esteem. It's shot.
I mean, plurals on the side. That's not my job.
And I must have missed you during house calls then. Where is it you live?
Well, in the barn, like she said.
You live in the barn.
Yes.
Roger's barn.
Yes.
You just hear Anaya like
Laugh.
you can just hear me moving because I'm trying not to laugh out loud.
Tomo, at this time, you hear that ink in the back of your mind alerting you that the seal has been broken.
Oh, all right. And wait, I just want to make sure the priest is still in the room that we were talking to, right?
He is not.
Oh,
Oh,
he's gonna
okay.
go check that ledger.
Addie, why are you so great?
Tommy,
Well-
like, is there a way? I noticed that the priest is gone, and Tomo, are you gonna like let us know that like the? Nope, it's fine. Metagaming is for losers.
What are you talking about
Me right now?
right now with him?
What? I'm.
Is he
She
going
gets
to
a little-
tell you what?
There's a little thing in my mind that I sometimes have, writer's block. It's become unblock just to let you guys know, but this is an offhanded question. I'm just going to ask Addie real fast. Do you recall reading those books of mine? Do you remember any of the books containing a list of people, characters?
Yes, I recall us discussing this book of characters.
No, I'm actually asking it because Addie's the only one that actually went through the books, and
Oh,
you didn't
yeah.
describe. You just describe a Bible and stuff like that. There's no ledger in the back that you described, right?
I saw a big
There
book
was not.
and I saw a small book. That's all I saw.
Yeah. So I didn't think there was a ledger back there, so that's why I was like, it's important information for me, but it's not important information for you guys. Yes.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
That is out of game and just me asking about like our powers.
Okay.
I feel like I have to say out of game or else you're gonna be all
Yeah,
using
you
your
do.
voice and like, what do you mean? Tomo, are you able to add things to like ink even if you're not in the same space? Or
Yes.
do you have to be in the same capacity?
No, like I mean, it already costs like 4 miracle points for me to do it, but I can definitely do it if I know what I'm changing. I can't like, I'm changing this book. I don't know where this book is, but I'm changing it.
Gotcha. Okay, I just wasn't sure.
That's fair. This ledger's really gonna slap us in the face.
I just read Busta's comment and I thought it said, "I'm so handsome." And I was like, way to go, Busta.
It's all that working out.
Some self-affirmations in chat here. Okay. Okay. Boy, I don't know how to yell for Anaya to go do something.
I mean, I did say out loud that my writer's block has been broken. So, and Anaya does have her super hearing. So I don't know if she was able to take the hint.
Can I ask?
She just stares.
Me? I thought you were
It's
talking
all
to
good.
Addie.
Can I ask you both a question?
Yes,
How
of course.
did you hear about Timothy?
Right now, I'll be honest. I said I've heard of him at the party last night. I literally just said he was the cripple, correct? That's all I
But
knew about him.
your lady friend, is she also your sister, sir?
Correct.
Yup.
Yes.
She fainted before we mentioned him at all. So
Yes, she has a condition. Remember?
Yeah, she faints.
she just faints for no
Yes.
reason.
Yes.
Yep.
Then how did she get clearance for the voyage with a condition like that?
She just laid down most of the
I'm
time.
a scribe, you see.
Yes, I'm not quite sure how that's relevant.
I mean,
It happens when we landed. I don't know if it's the new territory, the new food, if it's the new air, the flowers, or the stress and of not having the luxuries she had back home. But I've noticed that she's been fainting more and more here, and we do hope that it's temporary. But for the moment, it is inconvenient.
The mayor looks over at the doctor, and the doctor says, "Well, I've never heard of a condition like that, but I do suppose that it's possible, perhaps a change in elevation or environment, and maybe the local fauna or flora have aggravated her in some way. But I certainly haven't. I haven't given her any care for it, and I haven't known about this since we've landed, so I'm not entirely sure."
I try to remember what name you guys gave people yesterday. There was Maggie, and I don't remember what Tomo's name was.
So if I can ask you another question, sir,
Ugh,
and madam,
Oh.
your sister all of a sudden gets a fainting condition and you do not seek the medical professional advice of our local doctor. Why not?
Well, I think we're using the word condition very seriously. I'm just a lady in these times. I'm not a doctor, but I use the word condition to describe her current state, which is fainted. So she had a fainting condition, like now, and it's again recent. And usually her pride level is just so far up that she doesn't want us to seek help because she says she'll get over it very shortly, and she does. It's just now starting to get worse. You guys, there's a reason why I don't lie. But here we go.
I mean,
You're
we
doing
did
great.
come to the town hall because we heard you were here. To be fair, I gesture to the doctor.
Oh, and who told you I was here?
Roger.
Roger, of course.
Why would he not direct you to my office?
We headed there first, and then headed here afterwards to ask the mayor to see if he would happen to know where you were.
But you just said you were told I was here.
Well, after we went to the doctor's office, we headed here.
But
Because
Roger
that's what
told
Roger
you
said.
that I was here?
He said if you were not at your office, check at the townsman. The mayor's office. The townsman.
None of us are good liars. We all
I
suck.
think
What does that
perhaps
say
I'm
about
gonna
us in
need
real
to
life, you
have
guys?
a talk with this Roger.
Yeah, I mean,
Uh,
that's what Roger told us.
We hope
I
to not get
think
him
it
in
would be
trouble.
best if
Under the
I
bus you go, Roger.
I think it would be best if I escorted the three of you back to Roger's barn.
All right, that's fine by me.
Are we gonna open the door and just see like Anaya like fall through against her? Just kidding.
Doctor, can you please check on the other young lady and make sure that she's up to walking back to Roger's barn? Well, of course, I'd be happy to. And he gets up and he kind of knocks on the door and then he opens it and he just begins asking Anaya questions like, "Right, are you feeling a little bit better?"
You just see Anaya. She's sitting like upright on the bed, and her feet are like dangling a little, and she's just kicking back and forth. I'm feeling okay. It's just something that's happened in the last week that I've gotten very overwhelmed. I think it's because I'm used to a certain lifestyle, and it's just because I overheard Addie say that. And then I say, but I think I'm adjusting. I'm very grateful for everyone's help today.
Oh, only the last week?
Yeah, Addie keeps calling it a condition, and I heard that word being thrown around. I do not have a condition. I think it's just the environment's just different than what I'm used to.
Now, I would actually like to, if you have the time, bring you back to my office for further examination. Your siblings seem to think that this has been a problem since we've landed here in Roanoke, and not just something for the past week. So,
It's just
if you'd like, I'd like
we don't know
to
what to do.
make sure that you're all right.
I have a lot of pride, and it's just so embarrassing. And so if it gets worse, I will absolutely come to your office. But for now, I think I'd feel so much better resting in the barn.
I mean, that's absolutely fine, my dear, but please just remember that pride is the downfall of a weak-willed woman. So, should it become a problem, see me as quick as you can.
You can just feel Anaya seething from being called weak, and she just stares at him.
Great. He does not notice. Then the mayor and I shall escort the three of you back to... And then he remembers. Roger's barn.
To the barn. So
Guys, I
kind
don't
of
want to
you.
kill a doctor, but I think we're gonna have to kill a doctor.
You know what? He called me weak. Let's kill that mother doctor.
I mean, also, it's like one of the main things that the god of infection would probably want to take out first is the main doctor.
Yep. They kind of usher you out of the building, and as you're leaving, the man on the cot in the cell begins kind of groaning and rolling over and stirring awake. But none of the men pay attention to him, and they walk you across town back to Roger's barn. And as they approach, Roger sees you all in a group coming up, and a look of concern immediately crosses his face, and the mayor kind of breaks away from the group to go talk to Roger, and he instructs the doctor to lead you guys back to the barn.
All right. I yell to Roger, "I'm sorry, sir. I'll get to work right away." And I go into the barn.
Anaya comes into the barn and she just like, there's hay, right? So she just kind of like fluffs some hay and just lays her head down, pretending like this is normal for her.
My gosh, were you not provided bedrolls or linen?
I mean,
Nope.
How long have you been staying in this barn?
Yes. It feels as if
correct.
it's years.
Since we got here, to be
we've-
fair.
Not been here a season. You feel as if it's years?
Well, when you're laying on a hard barn floor, laying on some hay, one night is 10 years.
And did you ask for bedrolls or linen or cushions, anything?
Tomo?
I didn't actually hear what you said. What? I don't understand. I'm sorry. I didn't.
I need help.
I believe she's
Oh.
still feeling faint. Have you asked for cushions, bedrolls, linens, anything to
I
make your
haven't-
sleeping arrangements a bit more comfortable? No wonder
Oh.
this young woman is fainting every day. She's
I mean, I
exhausted.
haven't-
She's sleeping on cold, hard earth.
I mean, I work for the staying here. I'm not compensated for actually being able to buy the bedrolls. And Roger's a very harsh stable master. I haven't been able to.
Roger?
Yes.
What do you mean compensated?
Well, he does not pay me other than we can live here. You see,
We're learning.
There's no currency established.
well, yes, but he doesn't pay us in goods or services. You see, we just get paid to live here. And that is what I do work. And he doesn't kick us out.
Sorry, the curtain started moving, and I was like, "Why is it blowing like that?" But it's because it's open.
Michael Myers.
Oh gosh. Don't watch the movie Hush, because that could really freak you out right now.
Well, we've been watching a lot of like supernatural stuff, and so I'm like,
We need that priest.
He says, I'm going to have a talk with Roger. I've never known the man to be so cruel. I'll leave you in peace so that you can rest.
guys,
All right? I'm so sorry. And I'll try and bring everybody some bedrolls and some linens and some cushions as fast as possible.
Oh, that's so kind of you, sir. You just
Yes.
see Anaya fanning.
Thank you
herself.
very much.
And
very
on
grateful.
that, he leaves the barn just stricken with worry. And on that, I'm actually going to leave you guys for a moment. I'm going to turn off my mic and my camera. I'm going to hit the restroom. I'm going to let you guys hash out what you want to do next.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
All right.
If I didn't
Guys.
think it would get us hung, I would just say we're Wiccan. But I'm pretty sure they would go, "Oh, you're witches," and we would die. So
I agree. We are trash liars.
we are
Yeah.
so bad.
Yeah. Well, I
Um,
mean,
This pen is
We-
blue. Okay.
we need to find some backstory for the reason, and we all need to agree on what is the reason we don't have a house here.
well, I was going.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say we were natives.
Well,
But-
I was gonna say the natives were a problem. I think with Roanoke, like
That's
there was
why
issues.
you were all like, but you were like, no, you're crazy, Tobo. I want to see how you talk out of that. And then you guys all started like going away from it. Like, no, we lived here the whole time. I'm like, okay, well, we're going with this now.
Why would we got lost? Because didn't they hate the natives? Like, didn't
Yeah.
they like? So I was afraid if we said we were
Well,
natives that they'd
If
kick
we
us
would be
out
the
of town.
first contact with the natives, so at least maybe.
Oh, but we look like them. Maybe we don't. I just assumed we did, but maybe. What's up, Addie?
No, I was just gonna say, like we said, we got lost, so we could say we wandered and came across the natives, and like it was a hostile relationship, and we couldn't come back, and we don't like to talk about it.
Yeah, well, we could claim prisoner of war status, and that's why we like didn't know anything that was going on and why we're in a barn, because Roger didn't know what to do with us, because like when everybody got there for the season, then they all began the settlement, but we had gotten taken by natives because we'd wandered off.
And we
so
don't
now
Pillows and linens because they didn't use them, so what? We
Yeah.
got used to that.
we could do that.
Yeah.
Or we could say that we were natives and that's why, and we were afraid to tell them, and we could go Tom was original and just say we were natives here. We were just afraid that you would kick us out.
But
I'm
we've
assuming the
learned
natives didn't
English
speak-
really
yeah,
well,
that's
you
what,
guys.
that's what I was going to say. I'm like, yes, we're natives that know your language perfectly.
And this
That's
is
also a good point.
Yeah, and
And it's a scribe. That's a good point. So I guess we can't go back on that, but we can say that we were taken by natives,
Mhm.
and now we're here, and that Roger was doing the best he could with when we arrived about a week ago.
Wasn't there also the colony? Was it Croatia? That
I think
like,
that's a country.
well, I know, I agree, it
I'm
is.
just kidding.
But like, there was because they did a thing where I forgot his name, but one of the travelers came, like he was here, helped establish Roanoke, and then he left and he went back to the motherland. And then when he came back here, Roanoke had disappeared. But he did
remember that.
see, he did see on a tree written, I think it was Croatia, a Croatian or something, which was supposed to be a settlement further south. And so he traveled by boat to further south to try to find them, but he didn't.
I love that you know that. Someone paid attention.
Don't ask me
in
anything
school.
applicable to life. I'll tell you some things.
I mean, I don't know how to incorporate that in our story at
Definitely
all.
shouldn't, because I don't even think that's happened yet. I don't know if I don't know when.
Yeah, when the
when
Southern colony.
We're
No,
prophetic.
they've been here
We
for one
know.
season. So yeah, we are priests of our own nature. So the doctor said they had been here for but a season.
Mhm.
So
Well, we've been here a
they
week
haven't been here
because that's when
long.
we got back from the thing. So you weren't wrong about your stuff from the week, and that's why you have your fainting spells, because you have PTSD.
yes, there we go. There we go. We just haven't identified it yet. I like it.
Mhm.
So
We were kidnapped. Okay, do we feel like we should put like a little disclaimer of like this is just us trying to be historically accurate and not us like, I don't know. I don't want anybody to come back and say you're blaming certain populations. But
no,
really,
that's true.
but that's like a historical thing that happened, and we recognize like we did it to ourselves. Like we showed up. Like, you know, I don't know.
Mm-hmm. What else could we do? Because if we're not going to appear in the ledger, and we obviously don't know how things work. There obviously wasn't a boat that just like came in yesterday. So
Kidnapped. I think that's the best way.
yeah. Or we could go with the original and say our first night here, we wandered off, got lost, and we had been living in the wilderness, found our way back. Roger took us in while we figured out what society looks like here in the settlement. Then we don't have to blame anybody.
Yeah, but now how do we establish all the why are we lying? I mean, obviously we were lying right now for this backstory, but why did we just lie to him, saying that Roger's a cruel stable master?
Yeah, because Roger.
Okay.
Oh no, you go ahead.
No, I think yours is gonna be better.
Okay, I was gonna say because Roger is skeptical of us, rightfully so, because he needs to protect his family, and so we want to show that us wandering in the wilderness and then coming back because no one knows who we are. Roger didn't want to immediately throw us in jail because he didn't know who we were, because we clearly are from the same like land, but he also wasn't sure about us. And then we can maybe like throw in that he's very, very what's the word I'm looking for? Like skeptical. So that if he were to call us out as like demons or anything like that, we can say Roger was like awful to us from the start, and he just doesn't want to accept accountability. So now we have a fallback.
I mean, we could say he thought we were demons if we showed up from the wilderness with like dirt and straw and like, or whatever, like grass.
That's true.
We're all bleh, and he thinks, yeah.
But we don't want to plant that seed in their mind. So that's a good lie for all of us to keep, so that if we get there, one of us will say that lie and the rest of us will support it. And it will be flawless because we've come up with it ahead of time. I like that. Okay, so we were lost in the wilderness.
I made it through the wilderness. Take it away.
I like your song.
Somehow I made it through.
Thanks. Tom Award.
Didn't know how lost I was.
Just kidding.
Wow,
Till
how
I
do you do
found
that?
you. All right. Got
We're
it?
going with we were also prisoners of war, or we just lost in the wilderness?
Lost in the wilderness.
Lost in the wilderness.
It's more.
We could say we saw some of the natives and tried to avoid them, and that's what took us so long to come back. It's because we were scared and hiding.
I like it.
And at some point, I think we're gonna be filling this barn up with tied up people. We're just the way this game
Gonna
is
start to
for
be
us.
time.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
Wow. All right. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
What time of day is it, Senior Hollyhock?
Morning.
Okay, because I know we have to get off kind of soonish. So.
Yep.
All right. So we're morning.
You sit here talking about your alibis and your plans, and coming up with a story to all share the next time that you are questioned. And roughly 30 minutes go by before Roger opens the door to the barn, and he's carrying several pillows and blankets with him. And he closes the door to the barn behind him, and he just kind of tosses all of this stuff in your general directions.
Thank
but
you,
not
good sir.
necessarily to you. So much of it kind of lands on the dirty ground, and then he just stares at you guys in aggravation.
Thank you. Very kind of you to supply us with comfort in your humble abode.
It hasn't been one day. You're already out there making trouble.
I don't know if you know this about us yet, but trouble is the only thing we know how to get into.
Oh, clear. Clear.
Mhm.
They
What
told
do they
me.
say?
They told me that they found Timothy. Now I'm willing to bet that that was your work. They said that they
Yeah,
found
prove it.
him. He'd cracked his head open because he'd fallen down drunk.
Sounds like
Except
an
here's the
accident.
thing about Timothy, and it's got everybody scratching their heads. Timothy wasn't a drinker. Right?
These are
He
just
and
things
his
to
Uncle
know.
George never touched it. Never touched the stuff. So the fact that he would have gotten drunk is incredibly confusing.
That is
And
very
also,
weird.
I hear that you've been living in my barn for months,
We didn't say for
and I
months.
haven't given you so much as a bedroll.
Well, you didn't.
Are you saying that is incorrect, sir?
You take these things, you go set them up on the loft. Not down here, on the loft. I'm willing to bet that the doctor didn't look up there, did he?
Probably not. No.
No.
Great. Go set up on the loft. That's where you've been sleeping, not on the cold, hard ground.
Okay.
Man, Roger, you're so smart.
And I'm still cursed with you lot.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
We're really good at being gods.
So what's your plan then, eh?
Oh, I
Well-
thought we like pretty much established we don't have a plan and we don't know what we're doing.
Oh, and
Well,
Roger,
you're gonna need one because you're attracting the wrong kind of attention.
just so you're aware, Roger, so that way you don't attract more attention to, we stumbled upon your plot of land about a week ago. All sorts of dazed and confused because we were lost.
That has got to be the most idiotic thing that I have ever heard.
What do you recommend? How can we, because like ultimately if they start to declare witchcraft, you housed us. So now your family is tied to us. So how do we
You know,
do
they
this
call her
together?
Annihilate because she just annihilates all bonds that we can form with other people.
Sorry.
You know your kid. I know you love your kid. How about we put him over your head once again?
I'm trying to look out for Roger. I am trying to tell Roger we have messed
I don't
up and
feel
how
looked out for. And I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what is so moronic about this story that you spun. All right? We all came on boats. The mayor knows everybody in town,
of course.
and I mean everybody. There are no colonies nearby, and the only people that we have had any contact with are the savages that we are constantly kind of trying to drive off. And you don't really look like savages, do you?
I mean,
Nice try. You're still not a redskin. Now, you guys need to. I know it's PC, but also like the times and stuff.
Oh, I wasn't thinking PC. I was totally just looking at Laura
I just
like
saw
we're
your
in
face
trouble.
after that.
No. Mine is like I'm literally trying to think of like how are we gonna get out of this situation because we've literally like told the worst lie ever and now we have to live with it.
Okay, it was the
So-
worst lie, but you guys,
It was the
legitimately,
worst lie.
Like,
Roger says
what
it was the
else?
worst.
But like, what else could we have come up with? They don't have us on the ledger, and we just poofed. Like, there's no way we could just poof.
I like how we're just telling Roger, like, by the way, we just here.
Poofed.
Don't know what that means. I wish you'd poof yourself out of here. But since
You
you're
and me
not
both.
and I'm stuck with you, I'm just going to tell you right now, you're in it. Right?
You are
Now,
in
if
it
my
with
kids
us.
get killed because of this, you can bet I'm coming after you.
Roger, calm down. We told you we would protect your kids. But right now, you need to protect us so we can protect your kids.
This is.
I'm not quite sure how I'm supposed to do that when you're going around town, running your mouths off, and digging yourselves graves.
You know, Roger, sometimes the Lord gives you lemons and you have to eat them. We are your lemons.
Pretty sure Leviticus somewhere.
Fuck the lemons.
Oh, I don't think your wife would like that.
Wife's not here. Wife's not dealing with you three.
She can
I
be
am.
there in a second.
In character, sweetie.
Roger, what do you suppose we should do?
I'm just kidding. I'm still here. Sorry.
I think you should figure it out.
Well, we need your help, obviously. Otherwise, again,
All right, if you really need my help, I'm going to go ahead and point out the obvious to you. Because right now, you have caught the attention of three of the most powerful men in town. The priest showed up at my door as well during my talk with the mayor and the doctor. 3 men this town need, and they all are suspicious of you.
Hey, do you know where they keep the ledger? That could solve problems.
What
yes.
do I look like? An inside man?
Yes, you do.
I'm the stockpiler. I keep inventory and I make sure that families get what they need, and that's
Why
it.
are you not keeping inventory of the citizens in a ledger? Roger, you have to work with us here.
It's not my job.
Well, find a way to get that job.
Yeah. All right. Noted. Any other life advice you'd like to hand out while you're ruining mine?
Yes, we will further ruin yours if our lives go down. Can you two talk some sense into this man?
I mean, she's not wrong. She's putting it in a really bad way, but that's not wrong.
the summary of it all, yeah, is accurate.
So tell me what I'm supposed to do.
Well, not so much about your employment advice, more so just like if we're so wrong with our ideas, we would love to have input on what this town would have more buy-in for. So like,
I would have gladly given you that information and helped you fit in here to save my children's lives, but instead, no one's going to believe that now, thanks to the stories you've already been telling. There is no way that we can spin this to make it look better for you.
what would you have suggested?
Doesn't matter now, it's out the window.
No, it matters to me. Go ahead. I'd like to hear your good ideas if ours are so bad.
I'm not going to bother thinking of one.
Oh, all right, sir.
Okay, Roger.
Oh, I thought you were the writer. Why don't you write yourself out of this one, eh?
I never claimed to be a writer. I claimed to be a scribe, sir.
You told me yesterday you was a writer.
No, I claimed to other individuals that I write stories, not you, sir.
You told me you wrote.
No, I didn't claim it to you, sir. I claimed it to 2 drunk individuals.
Ooh.
Bottoms up.
It's still me. I don't know why you guys are...
Incorrect, sir.
All right, fine.
Okay.
You got me there, man.
Okay, so Roger, you're still not being productive here. Okay, how do we fix this? And
I'm
they
just
do
following
not,
your lead.
do not give me that there is no fixing it. There is fixing it, but we have to work together to fix it. So what do we do for? Is there like some sort of like prayer we could do in the town center? Is there a volunteer event we could go to? Take care of the sick? Maybe take care of the one guy named William who enjoys getting thrown in jail. I don't know. What can we do to earn the trust of the townspeople?
Well, as I've already stated, the obvious, the three most powerful and necessary men in this town will not trust you.
So we should kill them.
So if you're having trouble connecting some dots, it would seem to me that your next best would be to start killing the mayor, the doctor, and the priest. But I fail to see how that would stop others from noticing as well, as soon as, the biggest men in town start dying. No.
Quick question. I'm assuming this is a rather religious town, and the few drawers I've been through, I've seen Bibles. Does every citizen already have a Bible? Or do you think the priest would take me on as a transcriber to write more copies for him?
I don't have a Bible.
Oh, well, I'm also, a lot of people are illiterate here. I forgot about that fact.
I might be illiterate, but I'm not stupid.
Well,
Would
we
you
might
like
be
a Bible?
literate and we're idiots, but
Yeah.
we're dealt the cards we have.
Would you
Anaya
like a
just,
Bible,
like,
sir?
Walks up.
Do you think it would
and
help
sits on the
people
left.
read in this town if I got a Bible to everyone?
I don't know.
I can go propose it to the priest.
Yeah, you do that. You go make a proposal.
All right, I'll go propose to the priest.
Yeah,
I'm
go
getting
propose.
married today.
Woo!
See, I told you
And
you
it's
could do
not
that before.
to your sister.
All right, I just leave and immediately go to the church where it's been a half hour, but I'm assuming that the priest could be still in the church.
Maybe.
Yeah, so I'm headed to the church.
Yeah. You head to the church, and as you leave, Roger just kind of looks back at Addie and Anaya. And he rolls his eyes and he leaves the barn once you guys don't say anything.
When he leaves the barn, I go, I win.
I look at her and I say, I think I'm growing on him.
Tomo, you arrive at the church, and as you walk in, you don't see anybody, but the door to the office is open.
All right, I go to the door and knock at the open door and look in.
Yeah, he's in there sitting at a desk, and he immediately looks up, and he seems to be reading in the giant Bible, and he stands up and he greets you. Yes, my son. What can I do you for?
Hello, good sir. I was wondering if you believe it would help the citizens of this town. I know that I've been kind of recluse up in my barn, and I haven't been able to put my skills to a task worthy around town. But I was thinking possibly I could start preparing Bibles for the citizens, help their literacy, and also help their faith.
You wish to be a service to the Lord.
Yes, of course, sir.
A worthy purpose indeed, my son, a worthy purpose. You are able to read and write, then?
Oh, of course. As long as I'm transcribing, I am excellent at transcribing, sir.
Excellent. Well, I'm afraid the only thing we'll be needing then is paper. We do kind of lack that in a way.
Yes, that is fair enough. I don't know how. Do we have any shipments of paper coming in, sir?
Well, we do have some spare bits of parchment that go mostly unused, and perhaps a few blank books here and there. But ask around. Perhaps Roger might have some in his inventory, and I think perhaps the doctor and the mayor might have some blank novels, but certainly not enough to cover the entire town.
All right. Do you know if we are going to be receiving supplies anytime soon?
Well, of course we're going to be receiving supplies, though not anytime soon. George only left a couple days ago.
Fair enough. Um,
But
Do you think-
he should be back within the next 2 months, I'd wager.
all right. I will definitely. I can't do much in service right now, sir. But I will definitely get on it once he returns. Do you think I would be able to have you be able to use my services before then?
Well, I mean, of course, you find the parchment and we'll get started.
Yes, but a single parchment is not a Bible make.
No, of course not. We'd have to find the bindings for the parchment, but as I said, there's got to be some blank books around. Doctor, mayor.
Yeah, I will definitely go ask to see if they have empty books. I can start making extra Bibles. Do you know if there's anyone lacking faith that needs a Bible post haste?
Well, I can't say for sure that he'd be able to read it, but I do know that our dear William, he needs a little bit of the Lord in his life.
Yes. I can also spend some time reading to him if that you believe would help him change his life.
Sure, if you could pin him down long enough. It's hard to get his attention, that one, unless you're a great big mug of ale.
I was miming an ale jug as a. Yes, I mean, we can pin him down long enough if he's in a cell most of the time.
Actually, I believe he's in the cell right now. You remember that gentleman there on the cot?
Yes, I believe
Well,
I do.
it seems that he got a bit too riley last night at the celebrations.
One of
Put him in
them.
there for his own good and the good of others.
Yes, I can go read him a bedtime story. Maybe change his life.
He should be out soon once he sobers up a little bit. I don't think he'll be spending another night, but if you'd like to head over there now.
Yes, and I also will speak to the mayor, see if he happens to have any empty books for me to begin filling.
Sure, absolutely. Be with God, my son.
You too, sir. And I leave the church and head towards the mayor's office. And if Anaya or Addie want to do anything.
No. I'm just in the barn, waiting to see what Tomo needs us to do to support him when he comes back.
All right. Well, I'm not headed to the barn, so.
Great. We're here waiting for you.
Okay. All right. I head to the mayor's office then.
When you're going to the mayor's office?
Yeah.
Okay. Addie, should we do anything? Or should we just keep letting Tomo play?
Can we be honest with each other and just say anytime we try to do something, it doesn't work out so great for us?
We go to the mayor's office to meet Tomo.
Woohoo!
All right.
Real quick, what time do we need to end the session?
Half hour for me. I think it's a lot later for Tomo, though.
It
It is 12 for me.
What time do we need to end this, bud?
I'm off tomorrow. It doesn't matter to me.
Okay. Let's try to go for another 15, 20. That way we're not going for a whole 30, and then we'll call it. So we'll call this one the last scene in this episode.
I like it.
All right.
All right. So you're going back to the courthouse jail area, right?
Yes.
Yeah. You head back there, and when you walk in, you see a brand new face. This is not the mayor or the doctor or the priest, but this is a very he's not elderly, but he's older, and he's very scruffy and gruff and bulky, and he's in one of the chairs at the table. He's got his feet up on the table and his legs are crossed, his arms are crossed, and he's looking over at the man in the cell. And the man of the cell has a stream of profanities coming from his mouth as he points through the bars at this man. And as you guys walk in, he looks over at you and he goes, "Aye. Not seen you guys around here before. What can I do you for?" And he gets his feet off the table and he stands up and he kind of adjusts his pants. And he's dad groaning the entire time.
I was coming to visit to see, read some pieces of literature to William to try to help him turn his life around. And also to bother the mayor to see if he has any empty books for me to scribe extra Bibles.
Literature?
Yes.
What's literature?
Literature, stories, like the Bible.
You want to read the Bible to William, eh?
Yes.
Yeah, if you can get him to listen. Oh, what a foolish endeavor that would be. Yeah, I won't stop you. And what's that other word you said? Scribe?
Transcribe, correct.
Yeah, what's that?
To write, sir.
You can write.
Yes.
You can read and write.
Yes, sir. That is my profession.
Like we're dealing with the King of France, we are. Look at you. Yeah, I got one blank book in the back that I know of. It's supposed to be a record of everybody that we keep in prison, but the only person we keep in prison is this sorry lout. I'll go get it for you. You just wait right here. He turns and he heads into the back.
All right. I shout at him. Would you happen to have a Bible, sir? I forgot to bring mine.
Yeah, I got a Bible too.
All right. Thank you, sir.
And he's only gone for a moment, and he comes back with 2 books in hand, and he hands them to you. And I never got your name. Who are you again?
I'm Tomo, sir. Tomo Ward.
Nice to meet you, Tomo.
And you are, sir?
Interesting name you got there.
Yes, French.
Yeah. I was pretty close when I said King of France then, wasn't I?
Yes, you're pretty close.
How you like that then? Yeah. I'm Curtis, town sheriff and keeper of the peace.
Kurdish?
Curtis.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Curtis, it's very good to meet you, sir.
Likewise, Tomo. Yeah. I find it hard to believe we've never met. You have family here in Roanoke, Curtis.
Yes.
I'm Curtis, Tomo.
I'm sorry?
If I'm being quite honest with you, Tomo, I've still got a bit of a hangover from last night's merriment. You know what I mean?
It was very fun, sir. But yes, we don't cross paths much. I'm a bit of a recluse. I stay inside. My job
what?
A recluse.
You
sir.
stay inside.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't go out much.
Why not?
Because my job does not require it, sir. I'm so
your
far.
job? What's your job?
Transcribing, sir. As a scribe. That other word that you said, you thought I said.
The writer one. The
writer. Correct.
Yeah. Weird job to have at a colony, I'll say that.
Yes, but it is very useful to have someone that transcribes. You don't want history to be lost.
History being made here in Roanoke.
Whoa, of course.
What a funny notion be that.
Every day is history, sir. You just forget it if you don't write it down.
Yeah, yesterday was history, and that's exactly what it's gonna stay. I'm not gonna
Yes.
write down anything about it. What
Well,
we need to know: I got drunk. William's in jail.
well, it's useful. You saw. I hold up the book. You felt like it was worthwhile to write down in this book.
Oh, I didn't do none of that writing. I don't write.
But, okay, someone felt it was important to write in this book.
Yeah.
Sorry, but yeah.
You do realize though, like nobody's gonna be reading that. It's not history being made.
Well, it is a history, sir, and that is
Yeah.
what is important.
100 years from now, I tell you, nobody's gonna care that William spent a night in the jail cell for touching girls where he shouldn't.
Oh, I kind of assumed it was just for, being a bit rowdy. You should really
Yeah,
write the
that's
reason.
pretty rowdy.
Yes.
It gets drunk, it gets rowdy, it goes in the pen.
All right. Well, that's good information to know. That would probably be good information to note in this book.
It's in there. You not read it? Don't you can
Uh,
read?
I crack open the book. What are the entries? I metagame that there's 4 Williams. What is he in there for the 4 times?
Yeah, so it is just 4 times that William has been entered. The first one, he was in there for 2 nights for just being drunk and trying to start fights. The second time, he was in there for being drunk and he was caught urinating on the church, which was very frowned upon. The third and fourth times, though, it does say that he is in there for being drunk and the attempted molestation of women.
All right.
Oh.
All right. Well, I definitely need to read this Bible because he must repent.
Yeah. If there's one person in this town that needs God, it's William.
William starts shouting again.
I heard that. I don't need no God. I don't need no God. The only person I need is me. Just me.
And hey, give me that, and more profanities leave his mouth as he's cursing out Curtis.
That's your cue, then. You can go ahead and get started.
All right. No, there's.
I'm gonna go sit outside.
Right? And he grabs a chair and he takes it out the front door, and
All
you
right.
can hear him set it down on the porch out there.
All right. Do I see any mugs or anything in the vicinity?
No.
Oh, sorry. Let's see. I was gonna feed him my blood. Let's see. All right. No, I'm just gonna read to Mr. William, and just even if he continues shouting at me, I just read from the Bible, like out loud to William. And I think we'll just end it there. I guess unless you guys wanted to continue something else.
All right. You're reading the Bible to William. I just noticed that you guys changed your name.
Yeah. I was like, how long?
You two jokers. Is there anything that you wanted to do?
Are we at the courthouse of Tomo yet?
You arrive just as Curtis is sitting down in the chair that he brought out.
I walk up to Curtis and I say, hello, we were looking for our brother, Tomo.
Ah, yes. Hello, miss. He's inside reading to the degenerate.
Oh, that's so like him. Such a loving and sweet-natured soul our brother is.
Yeah, I could tell.
Tell me about you. What is your name? Who are you?
I'm Curtis, my lady, and I am the keeper of the peace around these parts.
Keeper of the peace. Wow, that is some job.
So should you ladies have any trouble with anybody, especially that William, you come and you see me, and I will take care of it.
That is just so sweet of you, Curtis. Addie, come over here and meet Curtis. He is just the most wonderful man.
I would love to meet the most wonderful man. You say you go by Curtis?
Yeah, and I'm just doing my job.
Oh, and what job is that?
You was
Well,
right.
Addie.
You walk up to get her, and I tell you I'm the
Oh, I
keeper
walked
of
up
the-
with her. I take back
Yeah.
I was back there.
Why would you be like 30 feet behind her?
I don't know.
Well, we're gonna go inside and talk to our dear, sweet-natured brother Tomo.
No, I can just bring him out here.
You what?
I
not
can
if
bring
he's-
him out here for you.
Not if he's busy reading to a, what did you call him?
Degenerate.
Oh, yes, I'm so sorry. Our brother Tomo doesn't teach us those words because he likes us to be soft and sweet-natured. But you're
As a
just
woman
so
should
smart,
be.
Curtis.
Now, he might be busy reading to that light in there, but I mean, he's gonna get interrupted either way, and it would be best if you ladies not hear the kind of words that guy in there be shouting. So I'll go in there and I'll bring out your brother for you. Yeah?
Does he say words like drat
No?
or oh my
Mother doctor
oh what?
or mother doctor.
Mother doctor.
No, my mum ain't no doctor, but I'm not gonna be repeating the words that he be saying. So I'm gonna go get your brother for you, alright?
Thank you. Oh, such
This
a nice
is the
man.
strangest day I've had since we landed on this rock.
And he continues muttering to himself as he comes back in. And Tomo, he enters while you're mid verse.
Oi, Tomo, your sisters be outside.
Oh, well, I see. I wasn't expecting them to come also preach with me, but if they would like to come join, they can.
I'm not gonna let no ladies in here with William in the room.
Oh, fair enough. I will go talk to them. I go leave the room to go talk to my sisters.
Right.
In
And
faith,
he just sits.
we're now.
He sits back down at the table.
All right.
All right. So you're outside and Curtis is inside, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, Tomo. Who do I know? I don't think he said William's name. He might have. Who are you reading to in there? Who is this degenerate?
It is William, I believe, was his name.
He was in a ledger while I was in that fainting
ledger?
room. Yes. That's it.
Well,
I
you've
think
been
he
busy.
should be our I think he
I'm
should
sorry,
be
what
our
was that?
next target. Go ahead. Holly Hawkist.
Oh, I was just making fun of your mispronounced name of Tumo. You've been busy. That's all.
Oh,
You got the ledger.
yeah. I mean,
How-
he is as you've probably read. I didn't realize he had such heinous crimes. I thought he was just a town drunk. But we could also use him.
How could we use him? How can I help?
Well, I mean, I'm not very fond of individuals such as himself, illiterates, very temperamental, and the only criminal in the city.
Man, is he single? It's really doing it for me.
But if we are able to give him some ale with a bit of spice, some tears of blood, we can use him.
I like that. Okay, so
He's already been in trouble with the law. What if he ends up in prison again? It's nothing different from him. He doesn't suddenly change.
that's true. Okay. Mm-hmm. We were just coming to team up with you for the next phase because I imagine we're getting close to afternoon and we have to choose our next victim.
It's about 11 a.m. right now.
It is close to noon.
And as we know, yesterday took us about 9 hours. So
At least we haven't entrapped somebody and gotten them to cut out their mouth this time. Progress.
Yeah.
he giveth lemons.
And we forced him down his throat.
All right.
Okay.
So we will end there midday into day 2, where you guys are planning to create an anchor out of William and have yet to choose your second sacrifice. Next week, we will either be playing more of this or more Dungeons and Dragons. TBD.
It's a mystery.
But that is it for tonight.
Yes.
I don't have my
The
chat
doctor
working.
is
I
dying
don't
for more
know.
than one reason.
Huh?
Oh no, Griffin just said the guy that asked too many questions. The doctor asked way too many questions, and he can also heal infections. So 2 reasons to kill him.
Yes. With
Griff
an
is full of
infection.
good ideas.
He's also so nice.
Yeah, he also
I was
gave us bedrolls, so we must die.
Well, I'm
Yes.
just I was hoping this game it would be more obvious about who our target should be. Oh, there's this really sweet family, and next door a serial killer. And instead, it's oh, look at this town. We're gonna make you all the characters, and you're gonna just kill them, and it's fine.
You only
I
have
don't
to
like any of them
kill,
yet.
1/6 of them.
Yeah, so we can choose which ones we like the most and leave them. So if the doctor's really nice and he quits asking questions, he's allowed to live.
We'll just close his mouth up. He can't ask questions then.
Yeah.
Half
And
the
then we
town's
just-
gonna walk around with this deformed half lip thing, like what Roger did, where he cut it open.
That's funny.
So I don't know who to thank because my chat's not working. I just know that Griff has been in the chat a lot. So Griff, thank you for being here. Thank you for all of your awesome ideas. Whoever was in Majesty's chat, also thanks for being here. I don't know who it was, but we will see everybody next week. I don't know what we're playing. Goodbye.
It's a mystery.
Find out next week.